What it do, YouTube? Today's video, I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. In today's video, I want to talk about the blood sacrifice of Marshawn Kneeland. Yes, the blood sacrifice of Marshawn Kneeland. Now, first things first, let's give a moment of silence. Rest in peace to the dead. This shit busting. All right, so rest in peace to Marshawn Kneeland. I just heard the news from Shetty Nash. Shout out Shetty Nash. So you know me, like I watch sports, but I really haven't been paying attention to it like that ever since I don't even know, like, shit, damn near like probably like 2012 or some shit. I gave up on watching that shit. Like, I check in on it every now and then, but the reason why is because all this shit always end up like this. Football player, entertainer, celebrity, actor, actress, whatever, end up dead, committed suicide, car crash, overdose. Somebody shot them. They was robbed. You know what I'm saying? Didn't wake up out their sleep. Died on an experiment table. Just all these different things. And people want to say, here we go with these conspiracies. This guy must be on a short bus. Actually, no. The bus I was on was actually the original bus. So the only person that could recognize somebody being on a short bus is somebody that was on a short bus themselves. You see what I'm saying? So I say all this to say that this got to be some type of blood sacrifice, sick, satanic ritual. And I say that because it goes to show that it's been shit going on behind the scenes, like the gambling ring that just got exposed in the NBA. And coming to find out, it was all tied to the mob, even though Gilbert Arenas had his own shit going on. See, Gilbert Arenas, he's smart, because he knew if he get caught, you know what I'm saying, it's just him and his shit go down, you know, because he had his gambling casino shit in his own house, in his own mansion in Encino. That's, like I said, where I'm at, that's like right down the street type shit. That's in LA County somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And so he knew his shit wasn't really tied to the mob. You know what I'm saying? If he go down, it's just him. But at the same time, you gotta remember, if he go down, then that means the FBI, they're gonna start investigating other shit that's going on in the NBA, which is gonna bring light to like Chauncey Billups and all the other people who were tied to the mob and all this shit. So, excuse me, I feel like you gotta look at it like this. And like I said, I'm psionic, which means psychic. You see what I'm saying? I have psychic abilities, so I can remote view. If you don't know what remote viewing is, don't be a jackass, don't be a dummy. Go do some research before you start opening your ignorant mouth, right? So I can remote view, so I can see certain situations, you know, especially if I put my energy behind it. And I just woke up and shit like that, so my energy is back on 100% full blast. And just listening to this news story and just putting all the pieces together. Putting all the pieces together, I feel like it's the same thing going on in the NFL. They got some type of sports and gambling ring going on with where the coaches involved and the mob involved. Now, this haven't been exposed or brought out yet because I feel like the NFL, they kind of a little bit more compliant, but then again they not, because you always hear way more NFL players being found dead than you do of NBA players. You know what I'm saying? So I personally feel like Marshawn Kneeland, he knew some shit. He was involved in some shit. Cause one, he a good player, dude, like 24 years old. You died at 24, and all this shit. I personally feel like, cause on Monday, City Nash was showing highlights. On Monday, he was just scoring touchdowns, intercepting, catching fumbles, all that shit, and hitting touchdowns. I personally feel like he wasn't supposed to make that touchdown that he did on Monday. You see what I'm saying? I feel like he wasn't supposed to do that. You know what I mean? Because he's supposed to throw the game. You see what I'm saying? Like the shit rigged and all that type of shit. That's what I personally feel is fascism. You see what I'm saying? He like, fuck that shit. I want the glory. And then all of a sudden on Wednesday, he's been followed, chased by police, and he zoomed off on the police. The next you know, the police end up finding that car later on, but he ended up crashing the car. And after he crashed the car, he shot himself and killed himself. And the reason why I say it was a blood sacrifice is because he was involved in some shit. If he didn't kill himself, he already knew that his NFL career was over, or the mob or whoever he was involved with, they was gonna kill him. So he feel like he rather go out by his own hand than have some other niggas kill him. You see what I'm saying? And plus, him crashing the car or him even just being pulled over by the police, that was gonna shine light on the other activities he was involved in, such as gambling ring, sports betting, and all that shit. It was gonna lead back to some other NFL players and shit like that, or even the mob. You see what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. Just when you hear the NBA was tied up with this shit, it's not just in the NBA. It's a lot of fucking different sports. You know what I mean? Some not so much as others, but it's a lot of sports. And the NFL is most definitely one of them. You just haven't been ain't came out yet. It's gonna come out soon, but it ain't came out yet. I'm telling you. Like Shannon Sharp doing the little shit he was doing. It ain't got nothing to do with gambling and shit. But he from the NFL. He a Hall of Famer from the NFL. So that just was gonna shine light on other players to see what kind of activities they got going on. Like that's how the FBI work. You know what I mean? So even though Shannon Sharp ain't really got nothing too much to do with nothing that's not regarding his own situation. So the shit he got locked up for was with that girl Gabriella and all that shit. And she being 19, he being like 50 or whatever. Which, like I say, most people may disagree with it, but they both was of age concerning the law. So technically, they didn't do nothing wrong. But I'm just saying, as in a moral standard of an average American that's a patriot, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't really give a fuck. Like that's them. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? So that shit don't really bother me. But I just brought up Shannon Sharp to say because he's a Hall of Famer from the NFL. You know what I mean? So that's just gonna shine more light on the NFL, make the FBI want to look into what else they got going on. And then all these strange deaths that's happening from these NFL players and shit like that, it's gonna start to ring a light. But not ring a light. It's gonna start to bring a light. It's gonna start to bring a light, and they're gonna start uncovering other shit that these players is involved in. That's just my personal thoughts on this, because this shit is just completely strange. Because it's true, how you go from scoring touchdowns, highlight reels, and all that shit to shooting yourself in the head or being found dead. You know what I mean? Because him crashing his car was one thing, but the police finding him, car crash and all that, dude probably was drunk off somehow or something. That's a DUI. Fuck around, gonna lose his career. And not only that, they probably gonna find other activities and other players he involved in with other shit. So that's what I personally feel. But wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all his minions. Gang shit. You know how I'm rocking. Don't get stepped on for Jesus Christ. And I also want to throw this in there too before I end this. A lot of people gonna say, well, how can gambling have something to do with Satanism and all that shit? Well, a lot of these mafia groups and all that shit, crime families, they're into Satanism. You see what I'm saying? So they set up these gambling rings and these sex rings and these drug rings. They set them up in like a satanic Ponzi scheme. You see what I'm saying? So it all revolves around Satanism. So if you don't do this, this gonna happen. If you don't do this, this gonna happen. If you do this, you get this, this and that, and blah blah blah. It's like that. It's like some weird control shit. So I just had to throw that in there. But you already know what it is. Wake the damn up. Fuck Satan.